Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, November the 10th, and tomorrow is Veterans Day. So I'd love to say thank you to all of our veterans out there. If you are a veteran, if you're married to a veteran, you probably have just as tough of a job. Or if you're the family member of a veteran, thank you, thank you, thank you. We sincerely do appreciate you. All of the armed services, no matter which branch you are in, and welcome to all of you. Again, this is chat number 388. Today is Sunday. My name is Kelly. Welcome everyone. Hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. If you are brand new, please let us know because we would love to welcome you. It's another glorious day here in East Tennessee. Fantastic weather. Don't know who ordered it, but whoever it was, thank you very much. I'm hoping it's going to be fantastic weather for the Veterans Day parade here in Knoxville tomorrow. I hope you all have some kind of celebration like that, something like that planned for tomorrow to say thank you to all of our veterans. And hello, Carol Lou. Hello, Mary Ann. I know you all are sincerely appreciated. And hello, John from home base. Yep, John is home. Yeah, he's back home. So it was like 70 degrees. Yeah, in our house last night. Yeah, but he's back home and I'm so happy for it. Hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. Good to see you. Let's see. So we've got, some exciting things coming in the second half. We're going to lighten up something that is it's a Thanksgiving favorite. So delicious, so yummy, and so lightened up. And hello, Catherine from Lowell, North Carolina. And hello, Anna from New York. Good to see you. But yeah, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. And hello, Hattie. Again, if you're new, let us know. If you are watching this later on YouTube, that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm not even going to wait till the end to start begging for that. But hold on, I missed a couple of people. Hello, Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. And yes, happy Veterans Day tomorrow to all of our veterans and spouses of veterans. I'm serious, they have a hard job too. And hello, Lynn. Lynn made it. Hello, Lynn. Thank you. No one else has to try and interpret what I say tonight for the hashtag for the homework. So thank you. And tell your grandchildren I said thank you. And hello, Katie. Good to see you. Hello, Trish from California. My goodness, several of you snuck in here. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Sherry. All back home and safe in Cape Coral, Florida. Fantastic. And hello, Carolyn from New Jersey. Good to see you. Next week, y'all better be watching, because I got some crazy stuff to talk about in the second half next week, and I will not start it this week. I won't. You're just going to have to watch next week. So, yeah, let's see. Next week would be the 17th. So on November the 17th, we're going to be talking about some weird, strange, exciting, I don't know what to call it yet, stuff in the second half. And hello, Dalton from Humble, Texas. So is the city actually humble, or are you just saying that Texas is humble? I really don't know. Yeah, and if you have a Dollar General store, if it actually is Humble, Texas, if you have a Dollar General, my husband or one of his guys probably polished your concrete floor, because they go to some strange little, not strange, but some teeny tiny little towns. But again, hello and happy Sunday, everyone. Today is Sunday, November the 10th. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, so if you know a veteran, I hope you'll hug them, say hi to them, chat with them, take them something good to eat, something that you've been wanting, but take it to them so that they can enjoy it. But yeah, so hope y'all celebrate that tomorrow. A couple of little bits of news. John is home. That wasn't actually some news, but he popped in and announced it. Today is the beginning of the Drink Your Water Challenge over on the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. And Julie is faithful. I'm telling you guys, Julie posts every single day. One of our Karens posts every single day. Lynn posts something every single day. That's a lot, y'all. I don't know if y'all realize how much that takes to go to our group and post every single day. So I hope y'all will go and thank them at some point in the next few days. But Julie has pulled up an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Drink More Water Challenge, or Drink Your Water Challenge. So again, these challenges, it's a challenge for you, but we do it as a challenge, or Julie does it as a challenge, just so that everybody can, just get a reminder and kind of challenge themselves to keep up, motivate, kind of like put a little extra kick in. And hold on a second. Carol Lou says, husband is a veteran, and Peanut couldn't wait to tell everyone that she knew a real life veteran. I do too. Peanut, Grandpa, Papa, what does she call him, is a veteran. So awesome. And Catherine is accepting the water challenge. Hello, Sylvia. Nice chatting with you earlier. We're going to be talking a little bit more about what Sylvia and I chatted about for just a few minutes next week. So again, you all will have to join us next week. So over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, and if you're not already a member of that group, one of our lovely ladies will surely post the link to that Do not forget to answer the three questions or I can't let you in. And and Carol Lou of C Peanut calls her grandfather Grandpa, and she was even telling him that she knew a veteran. That is so funny. That is so cute. But yeah, so be sure and go join that challenge, the Drink Your Water Challenge. And again, thank you very much, Julie. Last week's was super fun. So if you all didn't participate in last week's challenge, I saw some really interesting things. So it was, what's on your plate? Because there's a few changes. There are always changes in the Weight Watchers program at the end of the year. If it's going to happen, it's going to be at the end of the year. Calm down, breathe, don't worry about it. You can't control that. So just go with it. There's nothing to do any differently today. So there's nothing to do differently than the next week until it's time, okay? But Julie had us just posting, and hello Marlene from Florida. Julie had us just posting, like what we ate that day. Don't tell us how many points. Don't say macros if you happen to have figured that out, or whatever, just to show what you ate that day or to talk about what you ate that day. And there were some pretty interesting things. So those little challenges are fun, and they do keep me motivated and keep me reminded. So hopefully they do you as well. Fortunately, I did not see any new recalls this week. So instead of talking about recalls, I'm going to talk to you about I'm going to do two kind of, product announcements or product reviews. So we're going to do that here in just a second. I do want to say one more time, Weight Watchers will have updates. They have updates every single year. Sometimes they're little, sometimes they're big. This one is not major. It's not a major update, but until I know more about it, my app has updated a little bit. I don't have all the new things, and I don't even know what the new list of new things is yet. So we're not going to talk about that. Do not try to sidetrack me. We will not be talking about that. But I do want to talk to you all next week about some interesting things outside of that that I experienced this last week, and by then it will have been almost 2 weeks. So, okay. Janice says she needs to know how to get her app to show points. Janice, are you on GLP medications? Because that one I actually may be able to answer just because of a discussion that I had with Sylvia today. So, and hello Susie, good to see you. So, before we jump into the chat, I do want to do 2 product reviews real quick, just because I didn't have any new, didn't look real hard at any new recalls. So Janice, I'm sorry, everyone who's on GLP, if you can't figure out how to do your points, I had to ask Sylvia today because I knew she was doing that. If you touch the symbol, so not everyone has this. Do not start asking me about GLP medications. Do not start asking me about the GLP tracking. Janice is just asking a great question for anyone like me who couldn't figure it out. And hello, Noreen from Long Island. When you go to whatever it is that you're tracking, protein, whatever, when you touch that and swipe, I believe it's to the left, maybe it's to the right. You'll have to ask Sylvia. Maybe Sylvia can share, and we will talk in depth about that next week. So it should be able to show your points. Sylvia knows the answer though. Okay, real quick though, before we jump in, 2 product reviews I wanted to do real quick before we get into the chat. One of them is a Real Good frozen meal, and the company is called Real Good. And Catherine found the popcorn with the Doritos. Awesome. And Sylvia says it's swipe left. And because I'm backwards from y'all, I'm probably actually swiping the wrong way. But this is a chicken burrito bowl from Real Good. The company is called Real Good. Tender chicken breast strips, rice cauliflower, black beans, and a zesty pico de gallo. And it is 9 grams of carbs, 15 grams of protein, gluten-free, grain-free, guilt-free. And it was 1 smart point, but hold on. It says they told us it wasn't possible. They said it wouldn't taste good. They were wrong. Okay, I'm going to review this real quick and tell you it was worth 1 point. And I don't mean that in a kind way. It wasn't bad, but it was just lackluster. For what I paid for this, it was really lackluster. It didn't look anything at all. Nothing. Zero like the picture. Like not even reminiscent of it. Like I don't even remember seeing any black beans in it. So I had to add to this fat-free refried beans, some pico, cilantro, a little bit of sour cream. I had to add some stuff to it. Aloha, Kathy. This was So sorry, Real Good. I'm giving this a thumbs down. I will not be repurchasing this, and I am putting the box in the trash. Yeah. So it was worth 1 point. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and I paid 1 point. and I got 1 point. The second one, we're gonna try real quick. I've already talked till 8:10. We're gonna try live here real quick. I have become addicted to all up to the smart food. And for those of you who have already found the Doritos, I know Ann has, and so has Catherine. I'm like addicted to them. I've tried the Doritos flavor. I have tried the movie theater butter flavor, and I feel like I'm missing one. Casey took me to Sam's last week and stopped dead in my tracks when I saw this. I love Snickerdoodle cookies, and I saw this Smart Food Snickerdoodle flavored popcorn for 2.5 cups. It is 5 Smart Points for 2.5 cups. We're gonna try this. I've not opened this bag. As you can tell, I may not still get it open. Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Whew, it smells like Snickerdoodle. Smell it. Y'all smell that. Oh my goodness. If this tastes like it smells, this will not disappoint. So this is a limited edition from Smart Foods Snickerdoodle flavored popcorn. I do not know if this is available anywhere but Sam's, but this was a huge bag from Sam's. We're going to try it live here for the very first time, and then we will jump into the chat. Oh. That does have a nice, that is a nice flavor. It's a tiny bit of vanilla, a tiny bit of sugar, a lot of cinnamon. I love Snickerdoodles. I think that's a winner. So that is Smart Food Snickerdoodle popcorn, and we got this at Sam's this past week. It is a limited edition, so if you want that, you're gonna have to hurry and get it. 2.5 cups is 5 Smart Points. It's on the higher side of Smart Points, but 2.5 cups of popcorn I can make last a very long time. Okay, hurry. So who went to an in-person workshop last week? Give me a thumbs up if you were at an in-person workshop or at a Zoom workshop last week. Thumbs up. Let me get a sip of water since I just ate 2 bites of popcorn. So, thumbs ups. Oh, we'll see. Susie wants to know how many grams of sugar. It has, total sugar is 4. So it has 18 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 4 grams of total sugars, 2 grams of protein. Protein? It's got protein in it. Everybody needs to get this. Okay, and hello, Orlando Debbie. Good to see you. So, Sylvia, I have a cup that is about 2.5 to 3 cups, and the other kind I've been pouring in there, and then just putting the bag up. That's what I have to do. And popcorn, for some reason, sorry, I fell with my hair. For some reason, popcorn, I have an easier time eating one kernel at a time instead of potato chips, which just seem to go into my mouth. Okay, so good job, everybody. Thumbs ups for in-person workshops or virtual workshops, and see some hearts for visiting here with us live last week or for watching later on demand. So hearts for that. Okay, good job, everybody. Lots of thumbs ups and hearts. So bravo, everybody, for attending in-person workshops last week or your virtual workshops or here with us live. Okay, whew, so I've already talked us into almost 8:15. So quickly, we're going to talk about last week. Last week we were talking about sleep. We were talking about things to do for your sanity, for your sleep. We were talking about the effects, some of the effects not getting good sleep can have on you. And I can tell you, right after having this chat, John was gone all week. He came home on Friday, and immediately his guys started calling. And hello, Joycelyn from California. So they were calling him 2, 3, 4 times a night. And I'm sorry, they also have Smart Food. Just going to sidetrack because Sarah and a couple other people are having a discussion about the Smart Food. I have gotten, not this flavor, but I have gotten Smart Food at Food City. Hello, Ann. At Food City, Kroger, and I don't go to Walmart hardly ever, so I haven't looked there, but Sam's. So yeah, so you might try one of those. Just know that it's a limited edition flavor. Okay, so back to the sleep thing. Last week we were talking about things that you could do to keep your sleep sane. So I miss John terribly. Don't like it when he's out of town. He was out of town for a week, but I kept the room super chilly, 65 degrees, 5 degrees so that I could use my little covers. Had the fan going, so there was some noise going. You know, I turned off the TV an hour before I went to bed, like we talked about last week. I read for that last 30 minutes before I went to bed, and then keeping the room cool was what I needed to do to be able to, you know, to keep myself cooled off, to be able to, you know, have my sanity when I'm sleeping. John is back, and I love him dearly, but his guys, ring, 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 hey John, ring, 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 hey John, hey John, hey John, all night long. All night long. And of course, he likes it a little warmer than I do in the bedroom, but I still got to read for 30 minutes. So yeah, so we kept that for this last couple of nights. But let's see how y'all did on your homework. And your homework was sleep for your sanity. So I wanted to see what were some things that y'all could do to keep your sanity about you by getting enough sleep. So Anne, who just joined us a minute ago, kept her sanity this week by setting an alarm on her phone that turns her phone off when that alarm goes on. What? You're gonna have to show me how to do that on Tuesday. That's genius. Okay, and her buddy Melissa got her a book for her birthday, so she was gonna be making some time before bed to read, so she could get that book read too. Anne, how's that working out? How's that going this week? Deanna is so faithful to her homework. I mean, like, so faithful. This week, she is staying sane by taking a hot shower. So some of you prefer a hot shower. Some of you prefer a cooler shower before you go to bed. Deanna's all about a hot shower, getting all snuggled in and reading. So she's another reader. And no electronic games at least an hour before bedtime. I think that's a very smart plan. Melissa is so sane this week. She's absolutely sane this week because she is reading an actual book. I'm a big fan. I think it also helps with the, you know, with the blue light effect. And don't start talking to me about your Kindles. It's still a digital book. But I think it's just super smart to get an old-fashioned book, and that's exactly what Melissa was doing. She was reading an actual book, and she told her Alexa to turn the lights off after 30 minutes. How smart is that? So bravo everyone who got their homework done. Good job, everybody. And let's see, and Orlando Debbie says we need a dual temperature mattress, cooler on my side, warmer on John's. Tell me how to get one. Yeah. Okay, and y'all send me some money for, okay, so it's a sleep number. Y'all send me some money for that because whew, I was dying last night. Okay, so bravo, 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 everybody, for getting your homework done last week. This week, we're talking about controlling what counts. So, don't know how to break this news to you, but it is now 18 days, which I guess by the end of today, it's going to be 17 days, but 18 days, which is under 3 weeks until U.S. Thanksgiving, okay? Are you feeling in control? Are you feeling like you're in control? Are you feeling like you're already out of control? Still got 18 days left, but you're feeling out of control? Or are you like some of my friends and you've started playing the doom and gloom death spiral of holidays mixtape in your mind? So I don't know what that mixtape sounds like, but some of my friends, a handful of my friends, have already started playing that. If it was I don't know what the song it would be if it was a song, but it's some kind of mixtape that starts running in their brain of, you know, not gonna make it, not gonna survive the holidays. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be the worst holidays ever. I'm never gonna make it. Is that you? Okay, so it doesn't have to be. You can't control everything about the holidays, but you're not completely out of control, okay? So you're not completely without control and you're not completely out of control, okay? So here's how we're gonna do this. You have to forgive me because again, I'm writing this backwards so that you all can see it. So let's make sure, wow, this really scratchy tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend a few minutes figuring out some things that are within our control and then some things that are out of our control and then what we do with it. And remember, I had to write this backwards, so that's actually not too bad. Are all the letters facing the correct direction? I actually think they are. Okay, so first we're going to start with things that are within our control. So we're going to pick on Thanksgiving again, just because, thank you, Sarah. We're going to pick on Thanksgiving again just because that is the next major holiday coming up for most of us. So what's something, let's just blurt out, let's just blurt out 5 things that are within our control. So what are things that are within our control? Anybody. So what's something that you know about Thanksgiving coming up that it is within your control? And it can be anything. Don't everybody jump in at the same time. And I've got this bag of open Smart Food Snickerdoodle flavored limited edition popcorn sitting over here. Happiness. Okay. Yeah. That's a good one. Vicky says happiness, and it smells so good. Okay, so let's see. Vicky says happiness. Oh my goodness. Let me try to write that backwards. Okay, Anne says what we eat. Okay, and let's see. Carol Lou says how much we eat. So the volume of food. Okay, and let's see. And a couple of you all said walking. So exercise, so getting some exercise that day. So is that exercise, is that walking or exercise, is that on Thanksgiving Day, or is that like the same day as your main meal? Or are you talking about just like, you know, everywhere? Everywhere, or you know, like the whole time. Let's see. Okay, so how much we eat, we're going to call that portion control. Portions. Oh, that was a good one. Hold on. Okay, and then Sarah says when we get back on track. Oh, a backwards G. You gotta give me a minute. I wish y'all could see this. Whew. It's rough tonight, people. Get back on track. Okay, so a lot of you all had really good ones. Okay, so these are the 5 that I wrote down. So happiness, what we eat. Looks like a kindergartner wrote it, but it's okay. I was writing it backwards. So happiness, we can control our happiness. We can decide if we're going to be happy or not. Which, you know, happiness is a decision. It's not just automatic. Being happy is a decision. So I think that one's a really good one. What we eat, so we can decide, you know, what foods we're going to enjoy, what foods we're going to skip. Remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago? We were talking about skip. Let's see. What did we talk about? Skip, shrink, savor, share, I think was part of shrink. But, you know, we were talking about the S's, those S words. That's definitely part of that. How much we eat, portions. Wow, that's really not good handwriting. But anyway, for people on YouTube, swap. Yeah, that was one. For people on YouTube, yeah, sorry, this is not my best handwriting, but I'm writing it backwards. Okay, exercise. So getting in some exercise, we can control that. And then when we get back on track, I think that one's a really good one. Now, though, I want you to tell me, what are 5 things that you feel are out? Good night, Catherine. I want you to tell me 5 things that you feel like are out of control, out of your control. Not that they're out of control. 5 things that you feel like are out of your control. So, her ready, go. Hello, Julie. It's good to see you. Okay, so we already have a list. And there were more than 5, but we already have a list of things that we feel like are within our control, that these are things that we can, ooh, what people bring, that's a good one, Susie. So now we're doing things that we could control. So Roberta and Susie, I think that's, you know, pretty, yeah, and oh my goodness, so this is going to be a hot topic. Hello, Barbara. So what other people bring? Okay. Oh, those G's, those backwards G's are going to get me. Ooh, okay. A couple of people. So we've got Katie and Sarah both said stress. You can't control the stress that day. Carol Lou says how things were cooked. Okie dokie. Oh, cooked just went terribly awry. Okay, Barbara says health issues. So so explain what you mean, Barbara. Like if you already have health issues, so you can't control if you have health issues. So we're talking specifically about we're talking specifically about things on Thanksgiving. Since Thanksgiving is the next major, might not be the next major thing for all of us, but it's a major thing for a few of us. So we go, what others bring, stress, how things were cooked. Okay, Vicky says the time of the meal. Okay, the time of the meal. Oh no, Barbara. Barbara's been dealing with kidney stones this week. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This is not going to be funny, but it's kind of funny. This too shall pass. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with that. Okay, what's one more thing that you feel like is out of your control on Thanksgiving? Like what's one thing about Thanksgiving that you feel like is out of your control? At least the stupid election is done, so we don't have to worry about that at the dinner table. Exactly. That's exactly it. Okay, dealing with family. Okay, thank you, Carol. And no, I don't want to start a political discussion. I'm just saying that since it's already over, I don't have to hear about that. So, okay, so dealing with family. Okay, not sure this all looks right. Okay, so we only have 3 minutes to decide what we're going to do with this, okay? So we have things that we feel like are out of our control is what others bring. The next one is stress. The next one is how things were cooked, I think is what that says. Time of the meal. And then the next one is dealing with family. Okay, so because we only have a couple of minutes left, I'm going to say that we can have some control over some of these things, maybe over all of these things. But you know what? Some of them don't matter. There are going to be things that we feel like are outside of our control that really just don't matter because it might be for one day or one meal, or or we're like dwelling on it or getting all jacked up about it ahead of time. But some of these things are important. Some of these things really don't matter. And some of them we can control or we can have some effect on them. But you know what? Some of these things we're just going to have to trust. We're just going to have to trust that it works out. So if we're worried about what others are going to bring, what's something we could do about that? In our family, we've already made a list. Okay? We did do great, Sarah. So we already made a list. So I already know what's coming. I already know what everybody's bringing. So I already know how to plan for it because I can already say, I can have that any day. Nope. Didn't like that one. Nope. Yeah, not many points. Gonna eat a little bit of that one. Love this one. Gonna make sure I have room for it. So we can have a little bit of control over that. Just have to ask everybody else. They love talking about what they're bringing. I would do it. Stress. Maybe you can sleep in that day. Maybe the night before you'll follow your sleep for sanity. And you'll be well rested, and that's going to help bring down your stress level. Maybe that's what you're going to do. Maybe you can sip on hot tea. Maybe you can have an adult beverage and just sit and relax and get rid of a little bit of that stress. That's something you could control. How things were cooked, you may or may not be able to control that, but you could bring something yourself. You could go ahead and bring your own dish, like a green bean casserole. I was tired of how it was cooked. I was tired of how many points it was. I was tired of how we were kind of pushed, to eat it. And yes, it is almost water time. So yeah, so I just took control of that. I took control of how the green beans are cooked now, and now they're just green beans. Time of the meal, if you have no control over that, just plan around it. So somebody said eat lighter in the day, or if your meal is really early, or if it's really late, you may just have to make some other adjustments. And then finally, dealing with family. All I'm going to say about that is be happy you have one. Okay. We have fewer and fewer and fewer people in our family every year. And I'm to the point now where, you know what? I can deal with them for 2 days a year. So that might be a good one for dealing with family. Okay, make your own list. So your homework for this week is, it's a turkey trust fall. Okay, y'all know what a trust fall is, right? So a trust fall is when you're blindfolded or you've got your eyes closed or whatever, and people are standing behind you, and you just, Julie, and you just trust that when you fall back that they're going to catch you. Okay, so you're going to do a turkey trust fall. You're going to get ready for your turkey trust fall. So your homework for this week is hashtag turkey trust fall, TurkeyTrustFall, and you're going to take just a few minutes and you're going to list some things that you might be able to control. You like 5 things, just like we did here. Three things if you've only got time. List a handful of things that you can control, so you already know what you are in control of. A handful of things that you feel like are out of your control, and then what you could do about them. Okay, one thing. And thank you, Lynn, for posting that. So whether it's 1 thing, 3 things, 5 things, however many it is, do it, because there are going to be some other people in our group that are going to need to know what to do. They're going to need some advice. They're going to need your turkey trust fall. They're going to be doing their own trust fall, excuse me, and by doing your homework, they know that they can trust that they can fall back on you. Okay, so do your homework. It is indeed time for, Sandra's about to pass out because I haven't drank my water yet. I am 2 minutes running over. I'm sorry guys, it was a lot to talk about tonight. So everybody stop and get your water. Remember, it's Julie's challenge over on the If You Have an Egg Facebook group this week that you drink your water. This is my 3rd one of these, and I think it said in the top of this isn't my cup, but nobody claimed it, so I took it. I think it says it's 26 ounces. So everybody get you a sip of water. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the second half. We are making something in the second half. I already pre-cooked the main ingredient so that it wouldn't take us so long. I know, Sylvia said cute cup. I know. I don't know where it came from. It's been sitting in the cabinet here at Casey Kitchen Center for, I don't know, the whole time we've been here. So 2 years, or almost 2 years. And can you believe that we have been in this new, I'm going to do air quotes, new location for almost 2 years? At the end of the year, it will be 2 years. How is that even possible? But it's been sitting up there in the cabinet this whole time. Nobody claimed it. I took it. So, okay. Right. So, for those of you who are just joining us, or if you are watching this on YouTube, this is a 1 hour long chat. In the first hour, we talk about whatever the Weight Watchers topic was for the prior week. And if you are somebody like me and you're missing that Discover Content tab, I know, Sylvia, I know. If you're missing that Discover Content tab that told you what the weekly topic was, or like if you've missed a meeting and, you know, don't know what the topic is, as far as I know, I'm maybe the only or one of a handful of people who can bring you I know, Sarah, it's so funny. So Sarah and Debbie are always so concerned about what the ring is on my finger. It's a hair thingy. Does nobody else do that? Am I the only person on the planet that if I feel like my hair is going to go up that day, I'll double wrap a hair thingy around my middle finger just to keep it out of my way? But anyway, it's so funny. Y'all always think it's a ring. Okay, so Vicky, if it's back, that is new because it was not there a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so Vicky said that it might be back under Connect, under hashtag weekly techniques. It has not been there for the last couple of weeks, so I will definitely be checking that out tonight. Okay, this is the second half on your wrist. Okay, Melissa's hair thingy goes on her wrist. Mine are so small, if I put it around my wrist, it like cuts it off. Okay, so tonight for the second half, we are going to be lightening up one of our family's holiday favorites, again, 2 weeks ago, we talked about splitting something, or like shrinking it, like shrinking the portion. We talked about savoring things that are so yummy. We talked about swapping things. So tonight, for tonight's recipe, doctored up recipe, lightened up recipe, we're going to talk about swapping things. Okay, so I already mentioned, and we are not making green beans again, not making green beans. So I already mentioned that on Thanksgiving's past, that we were almost forced, sorry while I adjust myself here, I'm not used to not having a collar or not having a t-shirt, so I don't know where to put the apron. Anyway, in Thanksgiving's past, we were almost forced to eat a green bean casserole that I didn't like. So if you all love green bean casserole, bless your heart. If you're like me and you don't like it, I have been liberated from it, sadly, because my dad passed away, but nobody picked up that torch and carried it, and I'm very thankful for that, because I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's a lot of points. I don't think it tastes good. I don't know. I just don't like it. We're not making green beans tonight, but I already showed you how to lighten up green beans a couple of weeks ago. Tonight, we are going to be lightening up. I absolutely love, and the dish is empty every single Thanksgiving when I take it. We don't really do it for Christmas. Yeah, Sarah's not into the green bean casserole either. I can't stand it. But anyway, every Thanksgiving I bring this, and it is completely gone. Like, I don't have any leftovers when I take them home. If I go to a family or church function where it needs to be like a hot food, not like a dessert thing or whatever, if it needs to be a hot food, I make this, and again, no leftovers. I mean, I rarely ever bring any of this home. So, Vicky hates corn casserole. I actually like corn casserole. So, what we're going to lighten up tonight is loaded mashed potatoes. So we're going to lighten up loaded mashed potatoes, and I'm going to show y'all how to do that tonight. Okay, so it's still a little bit warm, which is good. So I prefer to make my mashed potatoes with red skin new potatoes. So these are the little potatoes. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say red skin new potatoes. Sometimes I'll use Melissa's. It's a brand called Melissa's. She has like varying color, small, like new potatoes, the small ones. I do like those also, but red skin potatoes are excellent for a mashed potato if you want to be able to leave the skin on. If I'm not going to leave the skin, if I'm not doing new potatoes, I peel them. Okay, so regular potatoes, Yukon Gold's pretty good. Regular russet potatoes, I don't like them. I don't like mashed potatoes with russet potatoes with the skin still on. It's just too thick. It's too thick, and it's too, I don't know, tough, I guess. So red skin potatoes, little new red skin potatoes, and the biggest one of these were about this big. Those are fantastic. The skin is thin, so those are great for mashed potatoes, or those little Melissa's potatoes, or like a golden, like a Yukon Gold potato. Those are also good. So in this Instant Pot, I have about 3 pounds, 2.5 to 3 pounds of potatoes. And yeah, Sarah says it's hard to clean all the dirt off in some varieties. So this is about 2.5 to 3 pounds of potatoes, and I went ahead and cut them. You can see what size I cubed them into. So they're about 1.5 inches, maybe to 2 inches, is what size I cubed them. Let's see. Debbie says instant mashed potatoes add mayo. No one will the difference. Fantastic. Well, I'm gonna instant mashed potatoes. That sounds good. So these are about 1.5 to 2 inches, and so I've already cooked these. So I did these in the Instant Pot, and for about, you can do up to like 5 pounds. So this is at the, not quite the 2 cup mark. So this has made about 2 cups of diced tomatoes, or like chopped potatoes, like 1.5 to 2 inch potatoes. Sorry, Debbie has got me distracted with that mayonnaise thing, because now I'm wondering what that tastes like. Okay, let me just regroup myself here just a second. She's majorly distracted me, and she knows how easily I'm distracted because she actually knows me. So yeah, I cooked these in the Instant Pot, cut them into the size, added, so you can do up to 5 pounds of these. This is about 2.5 to 3 pounds. You can do up to 5 pounds in a regular size Instant Pot. So this one's a 5 cup, a 5 liter, yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Cup, a 5 quart Instant Pot. Anyway, the big one. It's the big one. It's not the teeny tiny one. So you can do up to 5 pounds in here. Do not go above that maximum fill. Yeah, Debbie. Do not go above that maximum fill line. Cut them into the smaller cubes. And I know, Sylvia, I've just had a brain snap. But anyway, put in 2 cups of water. Okay, so I'm going to drain this off real quick. So I cooked them on high pressure for 12 minutes, and then I'll let them have a natural release. You can totally do these on top of the stove too. You do not, oh, there you go. Sarah says, what if you're too afraid of Instant Pots? Are there other ways? Yeah, you just have to get your potatoes ready. You do not have to do this in the Instant Pot. So you can totally cube your potatoes, and I got these at Pratt's. So for all y'all who think I own part of Pratt's, I don't. I really, really don't. Yeah, so I just got these at Pratt's. If you can get them at a local farmer's market, if you can grow them yourself, even better. But if you do not have in the Instant Pot, it was 12 minutes on high pressure and then a natural release. If you do not have an Instant Pot, totally just boil your water. Just cook them however long you normally cook them. Boil them is better for mashed potatoes on top of your stove. Yeah, easy peasy. Okay, let me make sure this is not too hot. I'm actually going to put something underneath this because we are using the quartz here at Casey Kitchen Center, and I do not want to get it overheated. Okay, so I'm just going to put a towel under that. So I've got about 2.5 pounds of potatoes. You can do up to 5. So to my 2.5 pounds, normally you would do butter, you might do some whole milk, you might do some cream, some heavy cream would be fantastic. So usually in mashed potatoes, there's a lot of heavy stuff that goes into it to give mashed potatoes kind of that creamy texture. Instead, I am going to do not quite a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. And the reason I'm saying not quite a cup, because I didn't get as many potatoes as I normally do. So again, you could do up to 5 pounds of potatoes like this. So I'm going to add to my 3-ish pounds, 2.5 to 3-ish pounds of potatoes. I'm going to add about a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So that has 0 points. Then I made some of my fat-free cream cheese. So if you all don't know how to make fat-free cream cheese, you'll have to go look it up on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So easy, it literally makes itself. I'm gonna do about a half a cup. The fat-free cream cheese is part of what's gonna give it its uber creaminess. So that's about a half a cup of fat-free cream cheese that I made in the refrigerator. And again, if you need to see how to do that, that's already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can get that recipe on there. It's www.ifyouhaveanegg.com and search fat-free cream cheese, and it will give you the world's easiest way to make fat-free cream cheese. Okay, and then we're gonna do about a half a cup of light sour cream. And do you think I thought to grab a tub of it? No, so I had to use the squeezy kind. Next, before you do anything else, you're going to use either a potato masher or you're going to use an immersion mixer. Like if you don't have a good potato masher, you can use an immersion mixer, which is just one of those that goes rear, 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 rear. So you can use, one of those. So remember, this is taking the place, what we just put in here, non-fat plain Greek yogurt, fat-free cream cheese, which is made from non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and the sour cream, the light sour cream, that is taking the place of butter. It's taking the place of, because we're substituting, we're swapping, we're doing one of those S words from a couple of weeks ago. We're substituting, we're swapping, so that we can get those points down, but still have something that is so yummy, so rich, so creamy. So I've skipped whole milk, I've skipped butter, I have skipped heavy cream, I've skipped all of that stuff. So we have potatoes, and as of right now, the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Oh, gross. Yeah, and Debbie knows. So Debbie says for all others, and when she says for all others, she means for everybody but Kelly. For everybody but Kelly, whip up your fat-free cottage cheese, and we'll work for the fat-free Greek yogurt. No, it won't. It's going to be gross. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, but I'm not trying it. Okay, so again, I have skipped all of the heavy cream things. Now to that, I'm gonna add about a half a cup of cheese, and I had to use the cheese that I wanted to get, the cheese that Casey's gonna be putting in this recipe. I wanted a light cheddar, so I think light cheddar makes a great loaded, because we're kind of making loaded mashed potatoes. I know, Debbie. Kind of make a loaded, we're making loaded mashed potatoes, and it kind of gives a, I don't know, light cheddar just gives, I think, a better flavor. And sorry, this is making so much click noise. Okay, so now we're getting to this consistency. So I know y'all can't see this in this pot, but using the potato masher, because these are perfectly cooked in the Instant Pot, and again, if you don't have one, all you have to do is just boil them on the stovetop. But I'm telling you, in the Instant Pot, they are perfect. They're perfect. So if you have one, use it. My friend Becky, who's probably not watching this, but Becky, if you can hear me, get that Instant Pot out that Gran gave you and use it, okay? Mashed potatoes, so easy. Okay, so we're getting to the good part. So this is about the right consistency, and you can see, what did that take? 5 minutes, I guess, with the potato masher. Perfect consistency. We've only added just a few points. We've only added just a few points to these potatoes now, but remember, we're gonna be serving this to many people. I'm gonna eat them all week, but if this were Thanksgiving, we would be serving this to many, many people, so these points would be spread out, okay? And I think it ends up being like 4 or 5 points for a half a cup. But when Casey gets this recipe posted, or when she can, we'll get this recipe posted, you can already get my loaded mashed potatoes recipe and my vegan mashed potatoes recipe on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This one's just a little bit different, so we'll be also posting this one, but it's like 4 or 5 points for a heaping half of a cup, which is fantastic. You can also do things like you can add a little bit of ranch if you want to. Nutritional yeast would be another one. Another great one. Debbie said, to put some nutritional yeast in there. You could add like some ranch dip powder or some ranch dressing powder. You could add some garlic, and I use cheddar garlic, but you could totally, let's do that. Let's add a little bit of garlic to it. So we're gonna add just a little bit of garlic, and you don't even have to saute it first. You could if you wanted to. Oh, that already smells so good. So good. Ooh, hold on, Vicky. So Vicky's got a great idea. Okay, I think I've mashed enough. So we're gonna switch to a spoon. And Vicky, you had such a good idea. I think we'll do that now. Let me get this off here. It's not like I'm not gonna turn around and lick this when you all are done. Hold on, Carol Lou. You all are having such great ideas. I think we should hurry and do this like right now. Okay, so I'm going to transfer this out of this pot that you can't see into. Hey, but Sarah, okay, so Sarah just said bacon bits, but points darn. So Sarah, a little bit goes a long way, and I'm getting ready to show you that. So I'm gonna transfer these yummy, yummy mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna transfer these to another bowl so that y'all can see what I'm doing for these last couple of steps. And hang with me, we still have 10 minutes left, even though I over talked 2 minutes into the second half. And you could do this as yeah, Sylvia says, I love to add just a bit of better than bouillon chicken paste. That sounds fantastic. You can add so many things to this, and you can doctor it up so many ways. And you can also do this as like a potato salad. Just don't mash it up. So same kind of theory, same kind of, thought. Just don't mash it up. Just leave it in kind of a potato salad consistency. But we are mashed potato people. So this is going to end up being, my 3 pounds is going to end up being about 8 half-cup servings. Oh, let me just say that little piece right there. I'll have to take care of that one. So here is about 8 cups. To that, or not, it's about 8 half cups. To that, we are going to add those green onions that you asked for. So here are some green onions, and I'll add the rest of those later and stir that up, and they smell so divine. Let's add just a couple more of the good smelly ones. So now we've got some mashed potatoes, red skin mashed potatoes with a little bit of cheese, a little tiny bit of sour cream, some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, some fat-free cream cheese, and we're gonna add a little bit of whatever your favorite spice is. My favorite spice for this, because of what I'm getting ready to add next, is Dax Red Mountain Rub. If you've not found them on Instagram, you should go look them up. And the piece de resistance, real bacon. So real bacon. Oh, Joycelyn said, this is so funny. She's always making her dinner during our discussion, and tonight is mashed potato night. Fantastic. Great minds think alike. So this is Applegate Sunday bacon, and it doesn't have to be this kind, but this is Applegate Sunday bacon, cooked crisp, 380 degrees for 15 minutes in your air fryer. And now look at this, the piece de resistance. Oh, I don't think it's okay. So Vicky says, oh, if the rumor is true and potatoes go back to 0 on the food list, they're not. So listen, I don't think they are. So listen, next week we're going to talk about an experiment that I did this week, and I'm doing it again next week. And I think that I'm not going to want that to go back on the 0 point food list, but we'll talk about that next week. So you all are going to have to tune in next week for the second half, because I already have a good, I'm having good results with the experiment, and you're going to have to be here next week for the second half to see it. Okay, this is a huge bite, but I was trying to get some mashed potato, a little bit of cheese, some of the onions, a little bite of bacon. So let's see how this is. Oh yeah, so good. And John thinks that he's getting this for breakfast. No way, buddy. No way. I'm just kidding. Yes, I will bring you some. Okay. So John says that this looks like a great breakfast. He eats the weirdest things for breakfast. He eats grilled cheese, loaded mashed potatoes, things like that. Ann says you could swap out turkey bacon. You totally could. That would be a fantastic way to save on some points. But this is so lightened up. This in our normal, the recipe that we used to make years and years and years ago, full butter, full cream, full everything, whatever, for a half a cup, it was between 8 and 12 points for a half of a cup, depending on how much butter my sister's, shoved in there, and how much full fat sour cream and all that she shoved in there. This lightened up version is about 4 to 5 points, depending on how much bacon and how much cheese you put in there. But it's just as good. You will never miss the butter. I promise you will have no idea that there's no butter in there. But this is really good. We already have the vegan version is already posted on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I have another non-Instant Pot version that is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and this one should be up this week. But John, I will be bringing some of this home for breakfast for tomorrow. You can enjoy that. But y'all have a good evening. And if you were watching this on YouTube, please, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Please, please, please go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, please, 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 please. Click the subscribe button. And don't forget to be here next week. Click the little bell so you'll know when a new video is posted, but do not forget to be here next week. So next Sunday is the 17th. Be here at 8 o'clock sharp, because you're not going to want to miss it, because I have some interesting news already, and I think I'm going to have some extremely interesting news by next week. So thank you all very much for being here. I hope you have an awesome and amazing week. We're going to go home. Just kidding. And eat mashed potatoes for dinner and for breakfast. Just kidding. But John, you will have this for breakfast in the morning. But you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Good night.